Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, so it looks like our lives are to become even more expensive very, very soon. Thank you very much, government. It is becoming really, really horrendous. It's only now people trying to come in terms with the current cost of living crisis, people making sacrifices, people making cutbacks, people changing things just to make ends meet. There are people now that have to make a choice between heating their home or putting a meal on the table in front of their family. This is not the standard of living we currently expect. So, what do you think now? The budget comes out, and again, the average working class people are being hit again. It is constantly tax, tax, tax. You can't save, you can't do this, you can't do that. They basically, in a roundabout way, seem to be stopping people thriving or actually just getting by. It is honestly become an absolute joke. I'm somewhat worried that time will come where people just won't be able to afford anything. People won't have anything because everything will be either taken away or taxed to the eyeballs. Anyway, the budget come out, okay? And I'm only just going to cover a few things there. Loads of information out there if you do want to have a look or have a read. But some things are there I think maybe okay, but majority of the things are there again to make sure they hit our pockets hard. First of all, we're talking about the stealth tax, which is the income tax threshold. So unfortunately, they are keeping that the same. Okay, there were talks by different parties of introducing or raising a threshold to up to £20,000, which sounds like a really good sort of average figure we should be going by. But no, they're keeping still that at, was it 12,000, like 400. This is basically like just over £1,000 a month. Bearing in mind the cost of everything currently, I'm sure they could have just raised their threshold just a little bit, just to give people that just a little bit of a freedom, not say freedom, but just a little bit to make just a better savings, like £100 a year or something like that. But no, they're keeping that the same. So in a roundabout way, it means that's what they call by stealth tax. So even if your wages go up, you end up being taxed more on that. So this is their way of doing that. So next thing, we're talking about the fuel and obviously the transportation cost. So the fuel duty is frozen for now, but the 5p tax will end in 2026. Okay, so again, we're talking about a couple of months and it's going to be happening. So again, it seems to be they don't want to say, oh, it's happening right now. It's going to be 2026. And the chances are it like softens the blow a little bit. So people will forget until this happens, and so suddenly you go to a petrol station and boom, prices up by 5p. Or in fact, chances are probably be more than that because, well, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be taking advantage and just raising the prices anyway. And then for electric cars, they now introduced the pay per mile. So that's going to be beginning in the 2028. So again, you can see, right, the fuel is one of the most, not say most usable things, but if you go to work, you drive. We used to drive a lot. Even 5p is going to make a huge difference. We all know, we've been there, guys, the price been up and down constantly. But again, this is hitting average people that go to work. So next thing, right, they, on the top of the sugar tax, which is includes now like a milkshake and things like that. So this is going to be going up in price. They're now introducing the different tax or more tax on the alcohol, tobacco, vaping, and other related items. So basically, yes, the alcohol now is going to be going up the same price in line with inflation. It's one of those things. I think I always commented that it's strange that everything else goes up, food goes up, but alcohol stays the same. Well, now, boom, alcohol, cigarettes is all going to be going up, and it is going to be up by obviously quite a bit. And again, it's easy target for them. It's easy target because what people do, majority of people who do drink or cigarette or smoke cigarettes, you come after work, open bottle of wine, I love all wine, but it's an easy tax for them. It's tax what we eat, tax what we drink, tax what you smoke, because, well, they're all about taxes. So next one, right, they're introducing the business property surtax, okay? So basically from, well, I think from next year, the supermarkets will pay more on a larger properties, things like a big like supermarkets or big department stores. They're going to be paying extra taxes. So again, some of you might not obviously shop there. It's irrelevant, really. The point is that they are going to be charging those supermarkets extra tax on the top. And we already know that a lot of supermarkets already whinge that they've already been squeezed due to the previous amendments and financial ties, let's call it. So now to pay an extra tax for the properties, obviously is going to be another hit. And of course, we all know, guys, when any business, be it a supermarket or any other department store, or generally any other business gets hit with extra taxes, unfortunately, of course, they're going to be passing on to the consumers. So where we thought they told us, the prices of supermarkets food's going to be going down because, well, inflation is down, everything's going in the right direction. Well, we know in fact it's not really happening, but the point is now that the supermarkets will be pushing the prices up. We're going 26 to 27, 2026 to 2027. We should be expecting to see a rise in prices because we're the ones that are going to be forking out the bill for the increase of rents. Anyway, so next thing, right, they're targeting the ISAs, dividends, and basically savings. It's horrendous. It's stopping people that put into ISAs, people saving for their futures, right? People saving for retirement, and they're hitting that hard, right? So the ISA allowance, right, the cash ISA allowance is being cut from 20,000 to 12,000 per year. So whether before you could put 20,000 per year tax-free, they're now doing this from April 2027 is going to be cut to 12,000 a year. This is a massive, massive cut. This is people who are under 65. This is horrendous. This is really, really big, a big cut, right? And then we talk about the interest. So the interest on savings are going to be taxed. They're going to be going up by 2%, basically. So whatever interest you get, you're going to be taxed an extra 2%. It might sound like a small amount, but again, depending on how much you've got in the savings, if you're putting away for the retirement, this is rather a large increase as well. Right, then again, they hit in the pension and the salary sacrifice restrictions. Again, this is my point, guys, when I'm saying to you, they just don't want us. They don't want us to be ready. They suffocating people in every single possible way. Anyway, from 2029, so they give you a little bit of leeway. So you will lose your national insurance advantage of the salary sacrifice pension contribution. So salary sacrifice pension contribution is basically where you decide to take a certain amount of your wage and then put this into the pension. So employer does this for you. So they used to be tax-free and national insurance-free, but now they are basically from 2029 is going to be limited, tax-free, national insurance-free, only for the first £2,000. So if you say put away £200 a month for your pension, you'll basically only have 10 months of putting that for free, and then you have to be paying tax on the rest. This is absolutely horrendous, and I'm dreading to think where this country is going to be in when all of that is going to be coming into place. As I said, people are already struggling massively, people making cuts, and this is really, really not going to make things any easier. The message to me, I'm seeing the message from the government to us is they don't want us to have a safety net of savings or the future for the retirement. They don't want us to get in ahead. They don't want us thriving. They want us right there at the bottom, working until the rest of your lives and paying tax after tax after tax. This is absolutely horrendous. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Just a few things there to basically make you aware this is what is going to be happening. And we'll again have to start looking ahead of making some changes to the lifestyle. I don't know, trying to get the finances in place, whether you have ISAs, put maybe extras whilst you still can. In certain instances of certain parts here, we do have a little bit of time of potentially doing something, but unfortunately, those situations are kind of minor and the time is still rather limited. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring this up to your attention if you didn't have time to watch or read through the whole of the budget. This is the point I find is more important and relevant to majority of the people. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.